The real uncensored Browns fan back. Just wanted to tune in. We just watched the game yesterday on August 17th, Saturday, which was yesterday. Today is the 18th on Sunday. Our Browns, Cleveland Browns versus the Indiana COLTS. We won. Definitely something to be proud about. Something to be happy by. I'm kind of happy about it. But it's a preseason, so the excitement I got to hold a little bit. There was some things that I'll just go ahead and talk about from what I've seen from my perspective, being a true Browns fan. First off, I would say this. As far as the way that the game was called, it was kind of crazy. And it was kind of crazy because it was a lot of flags that was thrown, but the flags wasn't against us. It actually benefited us. But there have been times before where the flags benefited us and we still managed to lose. But the fact that we still came out with the win, even though we, having penalties, but not having as many as the opposing team, and for us to still win it, I feel like just that small little minor detail showing that we are going into the right direction, especially because there wasn't too many starters that played that game, as far as like Baker Mayfield or things like that. So that's real refreshing, man. I really gotta say that. So we're gonna go into it a little bit deeper about that. So off the rip early, we didn't get to see Baker. Like I said, it was what is his name? Garrett Gilbert, the quarterback, who played really well, by the way. It's kind of good to see them like having a whole new offense or something. It's an offense that I've never really seen before. They ran out of the shotgun a whole lot. I didn't see them run out, snap behind the center too much. So I guess this is what the version of the air raid offense is, right? Or is this like a shotgun or something like that? I guess you could call them both, but the spacing was real impressive because the throws that he was making to the people that was like wide open from time to time. He missed a couple throws, but that's to be expected. You're not getting all the reps and this, that. So just to see the offense, the skeleton of offense, the base offense, or whatever it is, a little bit of schematics and stuff like that within it, it makes you feel a little bit more refreshed about it. Now, how is that going to work deep down in December and in the cold months when it's windy? We don't have a dome because obviously Indianapolis have a dome. So, you could throw anything. You know what I'm saying? There's no wind. But with being in Ohio where things get a little cold, things get windy and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how this offense really tailors into us being the Browns or being the AFC North team. Obviously, Ben Roethlisberger throws the ball a lot, so I don't want to say it's like impossible or unattainable for this offense to have success here. It's just, you're just a little curious about it because it's a lot of throwing, but we do got great running backs too, so we just have to see. And I believe in Baker's arm. It's not like I'm doubting his arm or anything like that, or anybody's arm, especially Baker because he's about to be the starter. But it's just, like I said, man, when that wind get the blowing and all this other stuff, it's like you got to be able to improv. So let's hopefully the boys be able to do that. Gilbert had this one touchdown throw early where I'm just watching, and he did this kind of like look off. He kind of like, seen Jalen Strong, looked off and real quick where people kind of stayed into the middle, but he was wide open, to his right or towards the corner of the end zone, threw a beautiful pass to Jalen Strong. So, he's making a good argument if we should have three quarterbacks in here or not. Do we have the roster spot for that? I don't know. I don't know what they plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they feel like he's good enough. Because, what about Drew Stanton? You know what I mean? Is he not going to play? Is he just going to be like a coach, a quarterback coach? Or what's going to happen with that? So, I'm curious. I really don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because everything's so different now. And it's like we're so good on so many positions that it's like, where do you feel like, this person is really needed, or we absolutely cannot cut this person because this person is that good. So, I mean, can we keep him as a third option? It's a possibility. Gilbert also looked good with Montgomery. It seemed like they had a real good connection. I mean, they connected on a lot of passes, and I mean, that just leaves the door open even more, man, because it's like, all right, this receiver room is so talented. Everybody's doing what they need to do. And that's another thing. Let me stop real quick. People keep asking, like what do I feel, like, if the hype is real? And excuse me, because I'm washing clothes. So if you hear some type of knocking or whatever. People are asking me, what do I think? Like, do I really believe that the team is going to be that good? And I say yes, because, okay, unlike before in previous regimes, we only had probably like a few, players that was really like Pro Bowl worthy, like Joe Thomas, but he ain't a specialty. He can only do what he can do. And it's like, we always had people that had to do too much. And then when you do too much, in a sense, you kind of like hurt yourself. I feel like what's different about what I've seen yesterday, because I didn't see the first preseason game, but I mean, I did, but not all of it. Let's not get into that. I seen that everybody did their part. Like, it was like nobody was trying to do too much. Everybody was just trying to control what they control within their means, but do it to an exact. Do it to the best of your abilities without hurting the team. You know what I'm saying? Without having to try to do too much. You know what I mean? Do your job only and trust your other man. And I seen that out of them yesterday. So, I mean, that's something confident to be about, to have, some type of confidence to have. So, I kudos to them on that. Higgins also, another one. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if dudes do not get upset, you know what I'm saying, and want everybody to shine for real, I would not be surprised if Higgins could get a Pro Bowl season, man, because he's already like he has a great rapport with Baker already. He's one of Baker's most trusted receivers, and I mean, I would trust him too because he hasn't gave anything that made me feel like he doesn't deserve that trust. So, I mean, we could see, man, we got a crazy receiver room, you know what I'm saying, between Willis, Ishmael, Hyman. I think he got hurt, though. The Montgomery kid, you know what I mean? Like, if they probably going to get signed, man. I would say, like, maybe on the practice team. I mean, hopefully we won't deal with any injuries, man. That's the thing that started at 19-0, but I'm going to get back to that in a little bit because I only got a couple more minutes that I want to talk to y'all for. Mack Wilson was where he needed to be. But as expected, now I expected this because if you go back when the offseason happened, like right around the offseason for us, and I was talking about, my draft, report and this, that, and the third as far as like draft prospects, and I wanted Project Greedy, and I mentioned Mack Wilson. I said that he tackles high, that it's going to be different in the NFL. You can't be tackling high how he was in Alabama. Do I feel like this is something that we could fix? I mean, obviously, because if they picked them up, they had to see what I seen, and I'm not even an expert. You know what I'm saying? I'm just somebody that likes to watch football, or watch the Browns more so, because I don't really care about the other teams. But I will watch them, play all time. Anyway, he tackled way too high, so he missed a lot of tackles. A lot of the team missed a lot of tackles, so I want to give him a benefit of the doubt, be like, well, maybe it was just a preseason. You know what I mean? They didn't want to get nobody hurt and this, that, and the third. They were just trying to, look like they was doing it. But the way that Freddie Kitchens kind of called them out, I don't think that was 100% the case. But, you know what I mean? When the season really starts, then we'll see. But the missed tackles from Mack Wilson can't be happening if he's going to be out there on the field, man. We already had an issue with that last year. We don't want to continue with that going on in the future, especially during the season. Redwine missed a few tackles too, but he also made a lot of tackles, so he was everywhere. That's one thing about Redwine. I think he's going to be underrated. He's going to be slept on because he was around the ball a lot. Between him and Mack Wilson, they was around the ball a lot. Redwine made a little bit more plays than Mack did as far as, he didn't miss as many tackles, but this Steve Wilkes defense is looking great, man. I mean, I'm excited, when it really get down to it. And last thing I'm going to go ahead and finish on is about, the 19-0 stuff. We ain't going we ain't gonna get this 19-0, bro, because we need a kicker, man. I mean, let me slow down. We gonna get this 19-0, but the defense gonna have to score. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna have to compensate for what the special teams don't do, but it's gonna hurt us, man. Like, both of them, Joseph and Seabird, you know what I'm saying? They missed way too many kicks. They need to cut him. They kicked him way too off. We need to cut him. Cut it. Nah, I'm done. Yeah, man, we need a kicker really, really, really bad, man. If we can't, you know what I'm saying, make these field goals, these extra points, we gonna only be hurting ourselves in the long run. So, I mean, this 19-0 talk, I mean, it's a little shaky because I feel like we need a complete team. I mean, kicker, the special teams is pivotal. You know what I'm saying, between all of that, because if the offense can't really score and if the defense is doing their job but they can't really score either, I mean, I don't feel like scoring is gonna be a problem for our offense, but it can be. Maybe it do come down to special teams. So let's hopefully they get it together, man. I don't know what's gonna happen because it's not like we just find kickers off trees and stuff like that. And I get that it's kind of hard to really find a great kicker. But hopefully we can do this, man. Look, I'm carrying you guys over past 10 minutes. I don't really want to do that, but yeah, man, we had a good win, boys. You know what I'm saying? Just a few things that you guys need to clean up on. I'm sure you already noticed them. Fans, let's stay with it, man. We got another win. I mean, I know it's just preseason, but I mean, this wasn't even really all the starters, and we still came out with the W. So, hey, that's something to be proud about, man. The Real Uncensored Browns fan signing out. Peace. Oh, wait, I got a new one. Love, peace, and brownies. All right.